Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, The King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances that are usually very good value for money. They smell good. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. In this video I have a versus video, and these two beauties these are massive fragrances from 1980s, very classic, very masculine, and these two are Davidoff Zino from 1986. The perfumer for this is the very Hall of Famer, very famous master perfumer Michel Almairac, and for the other one is Salvador Dali for Homme, and this one came out 1987, 1 year after Zino. And this beauty was made by, again, another Hall of Famer master perfumer. This one is Thierry. And the quality it shows, yeah, when you get perfumes that are made by very well known or very skilled perfumers, it tells, you can tell, it shows in an abundant, okay. And in these two, they are in an abundance in terms of skill, in terms of the knowledge, and how they made these two is amazing. Don't forget that perfumers are not perfumers anymore, you know, because they have to work with chemicals, and majority of them these days, they are chemists and they are magicians. The reason I'm saying magicians because I work with I'm not a professional perfumer. I'm a perfumer myself, but I'm an amateur perfumer, self-taught amateur perfumer, and also I work mainly with naturals. In a way, working with naturals is much easier than working with chemicals. As I said, you need to have an extensive knowledge of synthetics, chemicals, molecule aromas, and dilutions, carriers, the list goes on, okay. And that's why these two master perfumers, they are amazing skilled people. They know their skill very, very well. And as I said, you need both of these guys were in a school of perfumery for a long time. I think at least you should be there about 4 or 5 years, plus then you go and you work for other perfumers for a while as well, and then you can start to make your own perfumes. So these two guys went through these levels of perfection, and there are master perfumers in the world today. The list probably is about 20 to 30 master perfumers in the world, and these two are on top of that list. Anyway, so these two are very similar to each other in terms of smell profile, in terms of the perfumery, in terms of ingredients, very, very similar to each other. I would say they are around 80 to 90% similar to each other. They both are very spicy, very herbal, very masculine, quite woody, plus massive patchouli in here. There are some vanilla aspect, but this is old school vanilla. It's not like today's vanilla, which they hit you in the face. They are mainly in the background, and they used vanilla back then to smooth and make the composition smooth rather than to make it very, very sweet. They are sweet, these two, but they are medium sweetness in terms of sweetness. So very, very similar to each other, and the only difference is the Salvador Dali Homme is a little bit spicier and a little bit sweeter. I would say about maybe 5 to 10%, not much. But when you smell them side by side, they are very, very close. Beautiful, gorgeous. They both utilize patchouli in a big way. So the biggest player here in both of these are the patchouli, and that patchouli makes it a little bit on the chocolatey, on the sweet, on the caramelly side of patchouli, because you know patchouli comes in a different shapes, different smells on their own, and then when you mix them with other things, then they have different facets as well. So they both utilize patchouli in here very, very beautifully. They made these two very opulent, very upper class, very mature. Definitely these two are very mature. I would say at least 25 and up to be on the safe side, maybe even 30 and up, because they are very complex, very, very sophisticated. And the good news is these two are still available today, and you can buy them, both of these beauties, under £30. The Zino Davidoff Zino is 125 ml Eau de Toilette. The Salvador Dali Homme is 100 ml Eau de Toilette. In terms of performance, they both are very similar again. Around on my skin, what they went around 6 to 8 hours. If you put them on t-shirt, they go a little bit longer, with 2 hours of moderate to good projection. These two are from 80s, and when they came out first, they were beast mode. But unfortunately, because of reformulation, now they don't perform that well. They're still performing quite well. 6 to 8 hours is respectable, is moderate to good performance, but they're not as big and as bold and as not as big and not as heavy or dense as they used to be once upon a time when they came out. But still, they both retain that smell profile. That is the important thing. So when you smell them, I smell especially Zino. I haven't smelled the vintage of Salvador Dali Homme, but I have smelled the vintage of Zino by Davidoff, and the smell profile is almost identical. The only thing is the vintage one is much, much stronger than this one, but still today they are worth every penny. They are both bargain for what you get. They're both very, very, they smell amazing. They smell very sophisticated, beautiful. You don't find a smell like this, unfortunately, anymore in today's perfumery. And that's why these two represent an era of perfumery which was on top of its game. In my opinion, perfumery is peaked in 80s and 90s, and after that slowly these days, unfortunately, majority of the perfumes you buy, you don't get anything like this anymore. There are some exceptions, but the majority are not as good, sophisticated, complicated, complex as these two, especially for the money. You know what I mean? You're paying very, very low money for these two. Highly recommend both. They are both very good for all year round, but I think for cooler weather you need to go heavy on the trigger. Warmer weather, less of them. In the high heat, I think they are not suitable, very high heat, but if it's a cooler summer, you can again utilize these. They are very they made in a way that they are very versatile. You can wear them dress up, dress down. You can wear them formal, informal. You can wear them any time of the day, evening, day. You can wear the casual, formal. They are very versatile, and that's the strength of these fragrances, because there are so many facets to them. You can wear them anywhere, anytime, any occasion. So to me, these two are masterpieces from the era of perfumery which was on top of its game, and especially from these two master perfumers, Mr. Michel Almairac and Mr. Thierry. What a beauty their legacy, they left legacy of their amazing work, and I am very very happy to have these two in my collection. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining me. As always, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative or valuable, hit those buttons. This way you help me, you encourage me, you motivate me to make videos like this in future. If you like to purchase one of my own fragrances, I'm a perfumer myself, although I'm not as professional as these two perfumers, but I make perfumes that if you smell them you'll be amazed. So how did he manage these beauties? Anyway, so they are out of this world. They are very very strong ultra beast mode. They are very unique, very artistic, but you need to live in our kingdom in order to purchase them. I'll leave the links in the description as well. If you have these two beauties, if you know them, if you try them, let other people know your experience. And thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.